Have you ever spent hours thinking about a decision just to end up right where you started? About 8 years ago, I did the same thing. I was trying to sell my Sony camera on eBay, and what should have taken half an hour turned into all day long. Why? Because I was overthinking. I was overthinking about having the perfect lighting setup, having the perfect background. I wanted to make sure I had a table with a nice cloth on top. And I had to make sure the cloth was clean and there was no wrinkles, so I had to iron it out. I spent all day trying to take the pictures for this eBay listing, when I should have just set it on the table, took the pictures, upload. But I had analysis paralysis. Maybe you can relate. Maybe you currently are how I previously was, constantly thinking about the problems or the potential problems that might, maybe could possibly arise. Maybe you're stuck in analysis paralysis and not taking action. And that's the difference between overthinking versus problem solving. A lot of times we get them confused. Overthinking keeps you stuck, but problem solving moves you forward. In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 simple ways to stop overthinking and start taking action. By the end of this video, you'll know how to shift your mindset from overthinking to problem solving, how to overcome analysis paralysis, and how to take action with confidence. Now let's get right into it. If you're new here, my name is Devin, and I'm the author of The Happiness Blueprint for Young Adults. Overthinking is one big obstacle that you'll need to overcome if you want to be truly happy and reach your goals. A common mistake that people make is confusing overthinking with problem solving. They're 2 different things. Overthinking is constantly asking what if, but not looking at what is. Overthinking feels vague, it lacks structure, and it leads to feeling overwhelmed. But on the flip side, problem solving has a focused, structured approach. It has a beginning, middle, and ending, and it moves you forward towards a solution and not constantly revisiting the same thoughts over and over again. If you're looping on the same thoughts over and over again, you're overthinking. You're not problem solving. Anxiety and uncertainty are the root causes of overthinking. Anxiety is when you're constantly thinking about what could possibly happen in the future. It's not actually happening. Fear is when you have an actual immediate threat. Anxiety is constantly thinking about what could possibly go wrong. For example, I saw this video on Instagram. The guy was at an Airbnb and it was surrounded by wolves. That's fear. There are wolves right here and they could potentially break in and eat everybody in there. That warrants real fear. But anxiety is like if you go to an Airbnb in a cabin and you're like, oh, what if they got wolves out there? You don't see no wolves. There's no evidence there's going to be wolves. So why are you thinking about wolves? That's anxiety. Fear is when it's an actual immediate threat. When he opened the door, I said, man, you got to be out your mind. He opened the door and went out there and want to act like you going to pet them. They not deers. They are wolves. Like, this man got to be out of his mind. There's fear, there's anxiety, and there's foolishness. That was some foolishness. If you ever felt lost with no plan, no purpose, and no idea where to start, well, I made something just for you. The Happiness Blueprint is a free guide that helps you figure out who you are and how to build a life that actually fits you. It's all about using self-awareness to create a clear vision and step-by-step action plan for your future. Download it for free. Just click the link down below. All right, let's get back to the video. Okay, so now that we understand what overthinking is, let's look at some ways that you can overcome overthinking. Now, as promised, let me give you 3 methods which you can use, and the 3 methods are these. Asking yourself a series of questions, having an experiment mindset, and using the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding method. Now let's double click and go deeper on these. Asking yourself a series of questions, such as, what's the worst that could happen? Are my thoughts based on reality, or am I assuming a negative consequence? Another question you can ask is, what is within my control right now? These questions will help you to separate your anxiety from reality. What's in your head from what's actually going on. And it forces you to focus on solutions and not just rehashing the same old problems in your head over and over again. For example, when I first started YouTube, I used to be afraid to make these YouTube videos. I was nervous about being in front of the camera, having my perfect lighting setup, but I had to ask myself, what's the worst that can happen? If my videos are trash, so what? It's like, it's no downside. It's not like I'm going to be homeless and starving. It's just a YouTube channel. It was something to do for fun on the side at the time. But over the years, I've gotten better and better with YouTube, and now YouTube has like really changed my life. So, and that's another thing. Sometimes, most of the time, your biggest breakthrough is going to come from pushing through your fears. The obstacle is the way. There is a book, I think it's Ryan Holiday. The obstacle is the way. Running towards fear is running towards progress. Because when you overcome your fears, you make progress. You don't make progress from staying in your comfort zone. You make progress from overcoming your fears. So if there's something that you fear, you should run towards it. Now, of course, I'm not talking about running into the woods full of a pack of wolves or fighting a grizzly bear. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about realistically, like, if you're afraid to get on camera and do YouTube videos, you probably should get on camera and do YouTube videos. If you're afraid of learning how to swim, if you're afraid of learning how to play an instrument, if you're afraid of what other people might think, if you're afraid of doing something because of what you think other people might think, there's a high probability that you should probably do that thing, within reason, of course. But another method you can use is having an experiment mindset. Like, look at the task as a low-risk experiment. If I was going to do these YouTube videos and you're afraid of it, just look at it like as an experiment. It's not the end of the world, and it's not high stakes. Look at it as a game. Look at it as a fun, low-risk experiment just to see what happens. Even right now, as I'm doing this video right now, I had all of these bullet points lined up, and I was trying to talk, and it ended up taking me daggone an hour, almost an hour and a half to get through this. This video probably supposed to be 15 minutes, but I'm experimenting and I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. I'm going off script right now, and we'll just see what happens. I got my bullet points. I know what I want to talk about, and I'm about to say screw this script and get right back to it. So another thing you can do is using the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method is a grounding method to bring you back into reality, because we get so stuck in our heads and analysis paralysis and thinking about all these possibilities that's not even reality. And it's probably not even a possibility. It's probably a low probability of whatever you're thinking about. It's probably a low probability that that would even become a reality. But so the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 will bring you back to your, to be more present. So it's 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can touch. So engaging your senses to bring you back into the present moment and get you out of your head of analysis paralysis. So I want to encourage you to take what you learned in this video and go tackle 1 thing that you've been overthinking. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what it is. And if you're interested in learning more about how to become the best version of yourself, then click this video right here, and I'll see you over there in the next video. Peace.